Okay, so now the paint is dry. I've just moved the track underneath the layout lights. You may be able to see it a little bit better. That's the sort of effect I'm going for. The lighting is not brilliant. As you can see, it's a sort of a mismatch of all different colours. I'll show you the track here. That's probably better. You might be able to see it better on that. That's the sort of thing I've been aiming for. So before I do the ballasting, I'm just going to paint the sides of the rails with some excuse me for a moment, some precision paints, track colour rusty rails matte. Use a small brush. It's so much easier on this. Again, it doesn't look like there's any great deal of difference. I must get some proper lights. This is an enamel paint. You could use acrylics if you wanted to. I was going to, but I didn't have any colours, so I'm going to use this one. Finally, just the this one. Like I say, if you're only viewing a layout from one side, you only need to paint the rails that are going to be visible. That saves a lot of time. Okay, so that is done. I'm going to let that dry, and when it's dry I can commence with the ballasting. Back in a moment. Okay, so now we're back. The sides of the rails have dried, so I'm about to start with the ballasting. And for this I use Woodland Scenic medium light grey. Now this is straight out of the packet, and as you can see it is quite a light grey colour. So I'm just going to put this down now. There's no fantastic science about this. You just put some in the track like so. That's enough of that. And then just with a brush, just brush it in. Just like so. Now I'm going to carry on and do this. I shall back when it's done. Okay, so that's the ballast down in position. Now, as it is, that looks very nice, but it's too clean for my liking. It looks like it's a fresh piece of track that's just been laid and just had fresh ballast on it. I don't really want that for my layout. So what I do to give it a slightly more dirty look is I get some ballast, put it in a jar, and then I get some weathering powder. This is Humbrol weathering powder, dark earth. That's the one, dark earth. And I just mix a little bit of the dark earth into that, give it a shake, and then you'll see hopefully you'll see the difference. So I'm just going to brush this in again as I did with the other one. I'll carry on with this and I shall be back in a moment. Okay, so this is the other ballast put down now. Like I say, hopefully you'll be able to see a difference in it. I know some people are saying, well, why don't you just use a different darker coloured ballast? Well, you can of course use that, but you don't get the sort of dirty look which you do with this method. I'm not saying it's the best method or the worst method, or the fastest or the slowest. It's just what I use. So now to fasten it down. On the layout, a couple of years ago when I was building the layout, I read an article, and the guy who'd built the layout said he fixed his ballast down using Johnson's Future. It's like a floor polish, very popular with the modelers, use it for lacquer, decal applications, dull coating, all sorts. We can't seem to get it in England, so I went down to my local Home Bargains and I came up with Astonish wood floor polish. This isn't clear, it's a white liquid, but it does have the added bonus of smelling of tangerine and cinnamon. So if you use this on your layout, it will smell beautiful. Just pour it in and just see. There we go. There you go. The added advantage of this method is you don't have to wet the track. If you're using diluted PVA glue, you'd have to wet the track first so that it's soaked in better. But with this method, you don't. You just get yourself a little pipette and just pop. And can you see? Straight in. Ballast doesn't move. The whole bottle cost me, I think it was £1.99. So there's, and I've even done the floor with it as well. Keeps everyone in the household happy. So you just put that on, flood it. Smell that tangerine and cinnamon. So I'm just going to carry on doing this, and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so that's now completely flooded. That'll just dry in a few hours. And like I say, you don't have to wet it first. You just draw it on, and that's just been dropping it on, and the ballast hasn't moved at all. Now on this one, when I did the other track, when I bought the ballast, I was just perusing in the model shop, and that's a good word, isn't it, perusing, and I came across this stuff, Deluxe Ballast Bond Liquid Adhesive for easy bonding of railway ballast and scatters, ready to use, rapid spreading, clear matte finish. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to try this. So it comes with a little pipette, like a tube like that, and basically you just pop the end on there, like so. And again, this has the advantage of not wetting the track. So then you just drop this on, and you can see this moves a little bit. I'm just doing this a little bit too fast, but as you can see, this just drops on and floods in straight away. Now at first I thought, oh, this is just going to be watered down PVA and they're going to charge a fortune for it. But it isn't. It smells more like a mastic, and it sets like concrete. So I'm just going to carry on doing this, and I'll be back when it's finished. Okay, so that's finished now. As you can see, it spreads quite easily. What I have noticed is it does tend to move the ballast more than the floor polish. So I'm just going to put it back into place a little bit. Just like so. Anything that does move, of course, you can just chip off afterwards, or just leave it. I think we'll do that. So we'll be back when all that's dry. Okay, so now the ballast glue is dry, and as you can see, quite solid. So it does work. It does work very well. The floor polish. Hopefully you can see the difference. That's the side I haven't painted. The light isn't ideal to see the shading on the ties, but I think you get the general idea. So there you go. So thank you very much for watching. Any comments or suggestions, most welcome. I'm sorry if for most of you watching it's been like trying to teach your grandma to suck eggs, but you know, there we go. Thank you very much. Bye bye.